Hi all, welcome to another code snippet challenge. Right now you're viewing the code snippet which I've shared on my Telegram channel today. So this code snippet is again a more simplified version of code snippet. It's pretty easy to crack the code snippet and understand what's the outcome of the code snippet is. But we have a little bit of understanding in terms of the creation of an instance and passing the instance to an method parameter. So how Java is going to deal with when we are passing the reference to an method argument. So we need to understand whether it's in the method of pass by value or pass by reference. So that's something that we have to note down here from this code snippet. So we'll just go ahead and crack this code snippet. So I'm just taking you to the IDE. I'm going to create a class called workshop and let's carry the main method. So firstly, let's go ahead and create a class called laptop, and this class is going to carry an string variable called memory of 1 GB. The variable is the variable name, the identifier name is memory, and it's a type string, and it's none other than an instance variable, right? So now let's go into the main method, and inside the workshop class we need to carry a method. This is according to the code snippet. I'm just declaring a method called public static void. The return is void, and the method name is repair for which device? It's for the laptop device. So laptop is a custom class, and the parameter for the repair method is the laptop type of parameter. So this is not a primitive type. Please make a note of it. This is not a primitive type. This is a class type. The parameter is a class type. Now inside this, I'm going to use this parameter reference variable, that is laptop dot memory equals, I'm going to assign the memory as 2 GB. Okay, so I'm invoking the instance variable through the reference variable of method parameters reference variable called laptop dot memory, and reinitializing the value from 1 GB to 2 GB. Now inside the main method, I'm going to create the object for laptop, and the reference variable name is going to be life. Create a new instance of the laptop class, and this life is a new instance. The life is a reference variable which is pointed to a new laptop instance, and if you notice that I have marked this repair method as a static in order to call the static method from another static method like main, where we don't need to create an instance to call the repair method, right? They all belong to the same workshop, but ideally we don't need to create an instance to call the repair method because repair method is already a static method. Noticeable point here is static method need no instance to invoke them, right? So what we are going to do is we are just going to say repair, call the method repair, and pass on the life reference variable which is holding the instance of the new laptop, and come out of this repair statement and call the sysout and try to print the life dot memory. So this is what we have in the code snippet. Now we need to understand what the outcome of the 19th, the line number 19. So if you focus, the line number 19 is going to print the memory value, the variable memory value, by invoking the instance reference variable life. Now if you notice, from line number 15, when you create a new instance, okay, there is a default constructor in the laptop. So the instance is going to be get created, and the instance variable is going to be allotted to this life instance. So we have an instance, and life is an instance variable which is pointing to that instance, and in that instance memory we have a memory for the variable called memory itself, and that is going to carry a value called 1 GB. So at this point of time, when you call life.memory, it should actually print 1 GB. But if you notice in line number 17, we are trying to call the repair method, and the repair method is called by forwarding the life instance. So the life instance is getting assigned to laptop. So laptop reference variable is going to carry the instance of this life, right? This instance. So actually in the earlier code snippet challenge, we have discussed that assigning one instance to another instance. That's what is actually happening here as well, but it is on a call of a method. So when you call a method, you're passing the instance to the parameter variable of that method. So laptop should also point to the same instance like the life which is pointing. So laptop and the life is all reference variable, which is just a pointers. They are just the pointers where pointing to the specific instances. So this is the instance to which the life is pointing, and as well as the laptop is going to point after the execution of the line number 17. So when laptop is pointing to the same instance and it is accessing the reference variable, the instance variable of that instance, and assigning it to 2 GB. So that 1 GB will be changed to 2 GB according to the laptop.memory equals 2 GB statement, which is line number 10. Now we have to understand, while we are printing the life memory, will it print 1 GB or 2 GB? Now we are passing not the value, we are passing the reference, right? We are passing the reference of life to the laptop. So any change this line is going to make in that particular reference variable, it should impact to this life as well, because both life and laptop are going to point to the same instance. So when laptop is going to modify something, then it's going to be reflected to the life as well, right? So we have just exchanged the instance of the life to the laptop. So both are pointing to the same instance. So according to this, we have to understand how the output is going to be. So right now, if you see, it's 2 GB. It's not giving 1 GB as an output. The output is 2 GB. The reason we are getting 2 GB is because of this line number 17, where the life instance is getting passed to the laptop. So it is actually a pass by reference. Okay, it's not value, right? So primitive types, if you say I have an int x and you're having an int y here, and y is carrying a value of 10, and if you pass y here, y will be passed to x as a value. Y's value will be passed to x will carry 10, and internally if x is modified to 35, this will not impact your y, because primitive types are just pass by value in Java, whereas instance type, when you pass it as an argument to a method, then it's going to be pass by reference. Any change you make in the parameter, it's going to reflect the original instance variable as well. I'm sorry, a reference variable as well, because they both are just going to point to the same instances. So any change you make in one particular reference variable will impact the other one as well. So that's the reason that we are getting the value of 2 GB here. And notice, always when you pass an object to another method parameter, it's going to exchange only the reference but not its value. So literally, objects won't exchange the values. Instead, they will exchange only the addresses. So if you run this, it's going to be 2 GB. But if I don't call this line number 17, then what's the output is going to be? The output is going to be 1 GB, right? Because initially the life instance is going to carry the instance variable with an explicit initialization of 1 GB, and that's getting printed. But intermittently, we are calling the repair method by forwarding the life's instance to the method parameter called laptop, and that laptop reference variable is accessing the same instance and instance variable memory and making a change to 2 GB from 1 GB. And the change that you make on the laptop, still the life and the laptop are pointing to the same instances, through life, if you call the memory, it will get you the updated value, but not the initial value. The initial value is already changed in that references. So to give a visual understanding, we have the memory of this laptop instance. Inside that, we have this memory reference variable, and initially it's 1 GB. So when you create live instance, it's going to point to that instance where instances, the reference variable is going to point to that instance, and this time it's going to print 1 GB. After the line number 17 execution, the instance is passed to the laptop. Now laptop is pointing to the same instance. Through the laptop, you're accessing this memory and changing the value to 2 GB, and this gets changed. Since we have the live still accessing the same reference, when you access the live reference variable to access your memory instance variable, the modified value called 2 GB is going to get printed here after the execution of line number 17. So this is the outcome of the code snippet. So let's see the final outcome post invoking the repair method. It's nothing but 2 GB is the output, right? Hope we got a better understanding of what actually happens here. The theme behind this code snippet is to understand it's passed by reference but not in pass by value. Actually, we are passing the reference as a value to the variable. Okay, so the reference of the live is passed as a value to the method variable, and both are pointing to the same instances. So the outcome is going to be same when the respective instance variables are going to be modified by either one of the reference variables. So that's it in this code snippet. So we'll catch up in another interesting code snippet. Until then, thank you.